Okay, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. It's been a while since I've been on. Shout out to everyone that showed up to the chat. Wizard Sleeves, thank you for showing up to the chat. Boxing Fan, thank you for showing up to the chat. James Jameson, thank you for showing up to the chat. There's 5 people listening. Smash the like button for us, please. Okay, let me see if I can get this background up quickly while I'm. Let me see if I can find it now. Yeah, look, I've got a few issues with my browser at the moment. That's why things just look a little bit different. Might be running a bit slow. I haven't got around to downloading the new browser. I ain't been making much videos recently. That's why I've been really doing mostly selfie type videos. But I'll get around to doing it. Don't worry, I'll get around to doing it. But look, okay, I'll try to download this picture, but there's too many. Let me see, remove. Hang on a second. See, I haven't been on my StreamYard for a while, so it looks like it's full up. I'm trying to put a background picture on. Get rid of that, man. Don't need that. Try one more time, and I'll get to your comments in a sec. But anyway, look, the main reason why we're here, why I'm here, and why I just decided to use live, I was going to make a video, but I thought, you know what? No, let me go live and let me hear what other people have to say about this, because this is going too far now. This is going too far now. Right? I'll tell you something. I'm going to let you guys into a little secret. My first channel had a community warning strike on it that never, like, strike. When you get a strike on your channel, it lasts 3 months and then it disappears. Then they wipe it. On my channel, I had a strike, a community strike on my channel that would never go away. Right? I did it. I made this video 5 years ago, and YouTube struck me for it, and the strike never went away. It was like a permanent community guideline strike. Basically, because I made a video speaking about the LGBT, but I broke it down, and YouTube didn't like the video. They deleted the video and they gave me a strike. It never came off. So obviously they don't like us talking about this sort of stuff. But you know what? This is going too far now. Are people supposed to ignore this? Are we supposed to ignore this? Are we really supposed to ignore this? I mean, you might not like women's boxing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not really the biggest fan of women's boxing, but come on, where's fair is fair. You cannot let a transformer fight a woman. This is where it stops. I cannot believe this is happening in the Olympics. If somebody told me this a few years back or whatever, that this, maybe 10 years ago, that this would happen, I'd be like, no way, you're crazy. I can't believe we've come to this. Let me go through some of your comments anyway. All of the women's boxing is trash. Boxing fan. I know you don't like women's boxing. I'm not the greatest fan of women's boxing either. This might make it entertaining. This only makes it entertaining if you put Clarissa Shields in there. For me, that's when it becomes entertaining. Put Clarissa Shields in there, and that's when it becomes entertaining, right? Clarissa likes to run her mouth, and she's done the most talking in the past when it comes to like women competing against men and stuff like that. She's done a lot of talking. Do you know what? Let me hold off for that for a minute. I'm going to talk about her in a little bit, right? But yeah, boxing fan, it becomes entertaining only when it's Clarissa, right? She wants to fight a man, and she had something to say about this as well. So we're going to get on to what she had to say. James Jameson, hello. Yes, what's going on, my guy? Thanks for showing up to the chat. It's not good. It's not that good, yeah. It's not great. I know it's not great. The world is mad. They let in the Chomo compete in the Olympics. What? Yeah, man. Yeah, yep. I cannot believe this. How is this being allowed to happen? Why? Where are the women's rights activists, women's rights groups? Where are they? Where are they all now? The women's rights, protect women, stuff like that. Where are all these organizations now? This is happening in the Olympics. This is the elite competition for international sports, global sports, the Olympics, and they're allowing men to fight women, right? Transformed or transformer or what? To me, it's still a man. I don't care. I'm gonna call you sir. I'm not gonna call you miss. I've had this discussion many times where I've been in public places and I'm like, sir, miss. I'm like, you look like a sir to me, and I'm gonna call you sir. That's what I see. Right? Don't care what you say, you're sir to me. You're not miss. This is crazy, man. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I cannot believe. Following on from Fatima Whitbread in the javelin. Fatima's I believe Fatima Whitbread. All right, I'll leave that one for now. Triple G makes a comeback and beats Clarissa Shields. That's when it becomes entertaining. Olympics is happening in France. Not surprised why it's a mess over there. What the fuck? Yeah, well, they should allow it so Eddie's secret bird gets laid out cold. As I said, man, for me it's Clarissa Shields. We gotta see Clarissa Shields. Now she had something to say, and I'm gonna post it up now. Hang on a second. We're gonna post up what Clarissa has to say. Give me a sec. I just gotta get to. I've got quite a few things on here, man. I've got to delete some stuff. I've got to delete some stuff from here. Yeah, let me delete that. Where is it now? Okay. Okay. Michael Maloney, shout to you, thanks for up to the chat. After that sickening opening ceremony and Transformers fighting females, it's time to boycott the 33rd Olympics. Yeah, Michael, I haven't watched not one bit of it. Not one bit of it have I watched. And also, there's a report that came out today saying that the BBC have lost. The BBC have lost 500,000 subscribers. 500,000 people have cancelled their direct debit paying their TV license. That is a massive. Those are massive figures, right? Those are massive figures. We know the BBC are they're the ones that are probably airing the Olympics. I don't even know because I don't even watch them. I haven't watched the BBC since 2011, since the whole Jimmy Savile saga. The whole the whole Jimmy Savile cover-up. When the BBC covered up the whole Jimmy Savile thing, they've been covering up for years. And they finally got found out after he died in 2011. It all came out. That's what I decided to myself. Me and the BBC are done. Buggering British children. We're done. Absolutely done with them. Never paid a TV license from that day. And every time they write me and ask, what do I want a TV license or they demand that I pay a TV license. I'm like, I've never required your services from the date from 2011 when you got found out to be covering up the Jimmy Savile atrocities. Right? I've never paid a TV license from that day. Here we go. Hang on a second. I can't see your comments at the moment because I'm just trying to get a picture backstage. Just trying to upload a picture and trying to delete some of my old ones to make space for new ones. Bit of maintenance. Sorry. But Clarissa Shields, anyway, she had something to say on this situation. I'm just trying to get up her tweet. Here we go. Right, I've got it up now. Let me get your comments quickly. Yeah, the sickening ceremony as well. Do you know what, Michael Maloney? Every single Olympics ceremony, right, has some form of satanic ties to it. It's basically a satanic ritual. That's what it is. It's a satanic ritual. Some of the stuff you see in those opening ceremonies has nothing to do with sports or anything to do with anything. You're like, what the hell is this? It's just a ritual. And when everyone watches it, you're basically partaking in it. You know what I mean? You're partaking within it. You're enjoying it. Oh yeah, Olympics is on, and you're clapping and being happy and all that. You're partaking in that ritual. It's just it's a ritual, man. The opening ceremony and the closing ceremony. It's just a satanic ritual, man. The only way Daniel Dubois can become the undisputed boxing champ, is if he transitioned into Daniel Dubois. I wasn't expecting that one. Hope there's no low blows that might lose his club. Oh man, you guys are killing me, man. Only mentally ill men want to compete against women. For real. It's like a cowardly thing. Why would you want to change yourself to a woman and then compete in boxing? If you want to be a boxer, just become a boxer. You want to change to a woman and then become a boxer. That's some coward thing, man. Well, what is that, man? This should never be allowed. Never. And do you know what? I'm calling all content creators, call this out. Why have you got a channel and a platform if you're not calling this stuff out? This is, man, come on, man. I don't know what words to use. This is an abomination. It shouldn't be allowed, right? Unless it's Clarissa Shields. It shouldn't be. I don't want to make light of it and make no jokes of it because it's a serious thing. It shouldn't be allowed. The woman who lost, yeah, she's now, I believe she's got concussion, and some people are saying she's dead. I don't know if she's dead because I haven't seen any news, but there are a few people, there are reports saying that she's dead, but she received some concussion or something like that. Macaron is married to a transformer. Well, some say Barack Obama was married to a transformer as well. Some say Barack Obama's wife is a transformer, but Macaron married to a transformer. I got to check that out, man. I got to check that out. Possibly you could be right, man. Those, you know what I mean, man? Yeah, man. To be honest, I'm not really surprised. Yeah, neither am I. Listen, I've started another channel. I've got another channel, man. It's not ready properly yet. I've got to get the graphics up and that and get a few videos on there. The next time I go live on this channel, I'm going to plug it. Come over here and we're going to talk about some issues, man. Some like different issues outside of boxing. You know what I mean? Stavy, shout out to you. Thanks for showing up to the chat. I see you down there in the comments. I'm going to get down to you in a second. Don't worry, my guy. Jake Paul will put Clarissa to sleep. Listen, that ain't even a question. Jake would put her into another realm. Jake would knock her into another realm. These women's rights are going to hurt women eventually. They have been hurting women. Women's rights has been hurting women for a very long time. There's a lot of women now that are in their 40s and 50s, yeah, who are now upset, complaining, and they don't know what to do because they don't have a man. Because during the 1990s, they were listening to Destiny's Child and Beyonce, and they were listening to all the messages they were putting across in their music, like, I'm a single woman, and all that bullshit. And, you know, can you pay my bills? Can you pay my telephone bills? And all that rubbish. You know what I mean? They were listening to all of that and thinking, I could be a single woman, I could do it all myself. And then now look at them, they're in their 40s and 50s, and they've got nobody, no man, no family life, nothing. They're still out on the pull. And at 40 and 50 years old, women, a large percentage of those women are not going to be desired by, you know, by the men in the places that they're looking for that partnership. All right, nobody wants to go and pick up a 50-year-old woman in a club. Do you understand what I mean? Or in a bar. So they're struggling now because that's the only thing they know. But anyway, I'll move on from that anyway. Stabby, Outlaw, please don't tell me the picture of the right is a trans. No. Stabby, no, that's Ebony Bridges. That's Ebony Bridges on the right. Now, listen, a lot of people have had a lot to say about Ebony Bridges in the past, but one thing I can say about Ebony Bridges is she embraces her femininity. Yeah, I struggle tongue-tied by that word there. She embraces her femininity. She is a woman through and through. She doesn't try to act like a man. She acts like a woman, right? She doesn't try and act like a man. She doesn't try and take on a man's persona. She doesn't try and say that she wants to fight a man. She doesn't try and say she wants to beat up a man. You know, she just says it is as it is. And now she's calling this stuff out. Now, I want to see other women boxers come and call this stuff out. All the women boxers out here, even women MMA fighters, any women Women MMA fighters, boxers, and any type of athlete should come out and say this is wrong. It should not be allowed at all, right? Clarissa Shields, the self-proclaimed GOAT, right? Let's see what she had to say. That's a man. Jericho acts like one. No, I don't think she acts like one. I don't think she acts like one at all. She's a woman. You can see she's a woman through and through. Clarissa Shields, this is what she has to say. Clarissa Shields, quote, self-proclaimed quote, Shields. Okay. So they got listen, she's not writing in proper English, so I'm gonna get a little bit stuck here. I'll read it as she's wrote it, all right? Because this is not proper English here, right? Americans, please get with your grammar, man. It's hard for us English to read this stuff sometimes, to flow with it, because it's not proper English. Anyway, look. So they got men fighting against women in the Olympics, boxing. I wouldn't have stood for no stuff like that. You wouldn't have stood for stuff like that. That is so heartbreaking to women who have to have their dreams ruined by a man. Sad as, or she says sad as fuck. Okay, look, I'm going to analyze what she just said there. So they got men fighting against women in the Olympics. Clarissa likes to show off and say she's a two-time Olympian, yeah? If there was men, if she had to compete against men, she wouldn't be a two-time Olympian. But then she's always saying she wants to fight a man and she can beat a man. This sounds very hypocritical from Clarissa. I wouldn't have stood for nothing like that. But you said you want to fight a man, so how are you working this out? I would not have stood for no stuff like that. How are we working this out? You said you want to fight a man. She says she wants to fight a man. Now she's saying she wouldn't have stood for no stuff like that. Make your mind up, man. This is where Clarissa loses her credibility. This is where she loses her credibility, right? So anyway, let me continue the comments. Anyway, what we got here? You can't even date in 2024. For real, Stabby. In 2024, the dating game has just changed. You can't date these days. You gotta be careful. You know what I mean? You gotta see that the person you're dating might have a 12 o'clock shadow. You gotta be careful. It's 500,000 license fees in 1 year. Okay, yeah, so 500,000 license fees, 500 subscribers to the BBC in 1 year. In 1 year, okay, in 1 year, still quite big figures. It's a lot of money they're losing out there. Think of the money. A TV license is probably about 100 and something quid, I think now. I don't know. I haven't bought it since 2011, but 500,000. Those are figures, man. If each one of them are paying 100 quid, think of how much money they've lost. A year, man. That's big money, man. Nobody's subscribing to that stuff anymore. We all know this, the nation and the people that are pushing all the sickness. I can't mention them, but one belongs with one, and the other with J. Is it J? Yeah, with I and J. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it is. I mean, look, it's manifesting itself now, isn't it? Boxing fan is manifesting itself now. People know, but you know what? There's no such thing as freedom of speech anymore. Freedom of speech has been outlawed. Freedom. Remember this saying that I said to you, freedom of speech has been outlawed. Okay. Hang on a second. Yeah, so anyway, man, listen, once again, calling all content creators, man, you got to call this stuff out, man. I hear people coming on, I hear a lot of content creators simping for women all the time. Sorry, I got to say it. They simp for Alicia Baumgardner. They simp for Clarissa Shields. Some of them simp for Ebony Bridges. A lot of these guys simp for the women fighters. Let me hear what your content now. Let me hear what you guys have got to say on this situation with men fighting women. I don't care, Transformer or not. Men fighting women in the Olympics. I'm just going to say it as it is. right? Men. These are men. They're not women. They're men. I don't care how many operations they've gone through, or how much medication they take, or how much cosmetic surgery they go through, or how high or how low their testosterone count is. They are men. They're built different. Okay. I want to see what you other content creators are going to do, and I'm going to be looking around and seeing what you guys are doing, and seeing if any of these content creators. I'm especially looking at the guys that simp for the women fighters, because a lot of you guys that simp for the women fighters. I want to see you call this stuff out and make noise, right? As a boxing community, YouTube boxing community, we need to come together, right, and call this stuff out and start putting the content out there, and it can't be ignored. If every one of us independent content creators are calling this stuff out, someone's going to have to listen at some point, because this is not on at all. This is not on at all, right? Shout out to Punch Drunk Boxing. Anyway, he's one of the guys that's calling this stuff out. Shout out to Southpaw TV. He's calling this stuff out as well. All right, those are the two content creators that I've seen calling it out. Outside of them two, I haven't really seen many. And I'm going to check it out today to see. You know what I mean? These guys like to talk about outrage. When Ryan Garcia came out and used the N-word and spoke in a derogatory term about black people, you know, a lot of these content creators came out, make videos, and they start attacking other content creators, saying, why are you guys not making content? Why are you not calling this stuff out? Now, let's see if you're going to do the same. Let's see if you're going to do the same. All right? Hang on a second. I've got another picture to put up, man. Hang on a second. Let's see if I can find this picture. No. All right. I'll maybe leave that for another time. Don't worry. Savile, Harris, Stuart Hall, Edwards. It's a nonce factory. Exactly, James. It is exactly. Since 2011, I haven't bought a license. Will not buy a license. Yeah. Will not buy a license. Do not watch a BBC. Don't want nothing to do with the nonce factory, as you've called it here. Don't want nothing to do with it at all. IFL TV fooled me with the reports of Tank versus Shakur set for November 23rd. They've been called out for that, Stavvy. Both Shakur and Tank have both tweeted and said Tank tweeted and said fake news, and I think he said cap, and then Shakur tweeted fake news. So now IFL TV are looking stupid, because there's a few of the content creators over there in the US are calling them out and saying this is clickbait, fake news. IFL TV have had a reputation of, getting a lot of scoops, getting a lot of inside news in boxing, and now they've put this out. It just makes them look bad. And the American subscribers are gonna not forget. They ain't gonna forget this one. This has harmed their reputation a little bit. As if it ain't tarnished enough already. It's, you know what I mean? The UK fans have got a few issues with IFL TV and Coogan and them lot, and now they're pissing off the American fan base. So not a good look, really, with fake news, with blue blood type news. This is blue blood type news, man. IFL TV delving into blue bloods territory. It's like they want to change because they would be useless when it's even. Yeah, well, yeah, exactly, yeah, that's what they want to. Yeah. Michael Maloney, Bible predicts all this weird stuff. Yes, it does indeed, Michael Maloney. It does, and Michael, you obviously, if you know the Bible predicts this stuff, that means you are obviously you've done your research and you've checked it and you've seen what the Bible says. As I said, I'm going to be starting a new channel. I've started the new channel, but I don't at the moment. I'm not eager to get it up. Right? This is not about gaining subscribers and AdSense and trying to make money off of the channel. This is just purely for information and talking to like-minded people and open-minded people and thinkers, people that can think and think outside the box and not be stuck, with the brainwashing of the society that we have today. we're going to go over to this other channel and just talk. And I'll put videos out, some interesting videos out on what's going on in the world, what happened in the world before us, what we could be looking for in the future and stuff like that. I just need some like-minded thinkers. And Michael, if you know this stuff and anyone else, just come over to this new channel. Next time I go live on this channel, I will post the link to it, and hopefully you guys can come over and we can chop up a few things, man. I mean, it's purely for, you know, rational thinkers. I don't need no emotions over there, because if you come over here with emotions, you're gonna get put in your place, because I don't need no emotions over there. You know what I mean? It is what it is. All right. Anyway. Yeah, Paris is ruined. What a shithole. I drove through Paris last year, September. So it's going on nearly a year now. And I was just like, what fucking hell, man? This city's like, you know what I mean? I wouldn't want to live in this city, put it that way. I mean, coming from someone that lived in London for 40 years, my whole life, Paris just looked like another London to me, really, but a little bit worse, I should say. But anyway, it's already happened in UFC. Fallon Fox or something smashed the girl to pieces. Was that in the UFC or in MMA? I'm not sure if that was in the UFC. Or was it in an MMA fight? One of the organizations. I think it happened in an organization. Yeah, I do remember that a couple of years ago. It happened in one of the organizations, but I don't think it was a UFC. But if it was, please correct me. Maybe these women that want equality will see what they have done. Exactly, boxing fan. Exactly. The women that want equality, maybe now, only maybe now, they will see what they have done. For real. This is what they've done. This is what they've done. There's a transformer using my gym. It uses female loos. Wow. Saw it benching 110K. Women say nothing. Man, no way. No way. They don't say anything. Nah. Listen, if my daughter was going to that gym, no, man. Sorry. No way, man. No way. No way. Should that be allowed to happen? No way. Go and change in the men's. Go in the men's. Why are you using a woman's changing room for? Just go. You ain't got no women's parts. Go in the men's. If you want to wear a wig and makeup and have a full face beard, that's up to you. Do what you do your thing. But you got to change in the men's. You're a man. You're not a woman. That shouldn't be allowed to happen. That if I was a woman, I wouldn't. I'd literally want to leave the gym. He's still a man. And some of these transformers, yeah, they might say they want to be women, but they still got tendencies like they still got feelings for women. There's been loads of stories about transformers being put into women's being put around women and stuff like that, and eventually women end up getting pregnant from the transformer. Do you understand what I mean? There's been stories, man. I've heard of a few stories. I can't remember exactly where it was and what the situation was, but I do remember transformers getting women pregnant. I'm like, hang on a second. They want to be women. Why are they now having sex with other women? Oh, they go both ways though. Really? So they shouldn't be allowed. If that's the case, you shouldn't be allowed in a woman's changing room at all. If you still have those tendencies for women, shouldn't be allowed. If I was the gym manager, I'd be like, sorry, you cannot use the women's changing room. If you have an issue, you go and use a disabled toilet and change inside the disabled toilet. If you don't want to change in the men's, change in the disabled toilet, but you are not going to change in the women's. I don't give a shit. Right? F whatever these guys are saying now, whatever it is. Oh, you homophobic, I don't give a shit. You go and change in the men's. I don't care. Go and change in the disabled toilet. Change in that disabled toilet. There's something disabled in your brain. So if you want to do that, go and change in the women's toilet. I don't give a shit. It's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Sorry, man. It's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. I won't change my thoughts just to make other people feel better. It's what I think, and that's what it is. We're being told these days you can't be like that. You know, you got to be soft. No, man. I think what I think. If you want to do that, that's up to you. That's your choice. I just don't agree with it. You know what I mean? Michael, did he have a sausage? Of course he did. Of course he did, man. He had a Corey. Of course he did. He had a Corey, a boxing fan. He had a Corey, got a Corey, man, definitely. Because that is the last thing to go when these transformers transform. Like Transformers, when they transform, yeah, that is the last thing to go, right? For me, if they're ever going to allow one of those into a changing room, then you have to have it been removed. If you still got a Corey, no effing way. But I wouldn't even allow it in the first place. But the only way I'll be like, half like, look, you know what I mean? How can I say? If all society goes towards it and then you have no choice, you're going to lose your job if you don't let them in there. I'll be like, right, listen, you got a Corey, you ain't going in there, mate. You know what I'm trying to say? I swear to God, you ain't going in there if you got a Corey. But it is what it is, man. I don't condone this stuff, man. To be honest, Clarissa has no competition. Maybe one of these trans can give her a fight. Stabby. Stabby.
Yes. Oh. Yes. Oh.
Stabby, that's my answer, man. Sorry, not my answer. That's my reply to your statement here, man. She doesn't have much competition. I agree with you on that one. But the guy that just put her on the ground got knocked out by Rolly Romero. Rolly Romero is not the greatest boxer. We all know that. So that's what would happen to Clarissa if she got in there with a man. It would be no competition. Just like she doesn't have competition in the women's divisions, she would be no competition for the men. She would be no competition for any of those men. You know what I mean? So that puts it to bed. That little clip just puts it to bed, really. Clarissa's no competition for these men. Dan Morris, thank you for showing up to the chat. Meanwhile, Beyonce is married with kids at home. Exactly. You see, you're going on what I was singing earlier on about Destiny's Child. I'm a single woman, all that. Can I pay my bills? Can I pay my telephone bills? And I don't think you do. So me and you are through. Whatever. You know what I mean? I remember these tunes. I remember all these tunes. And all the girls were getting uppity when they were listening to that music. I'm like, you stay there listening to that music. You're going to be a single woman at 40, 50 years old. You're going to be a single woman on your own. And as Dan Maurice just pointed out just now, meanwhile, Beyonce is married at home with kids. And she's subservient to her husband, Jay-Z. There you go. She gave all the women the wrong message, made a shit ton of money out of it, and now she's settled with her husband. You can't make this shit up. Probably I look away, it makes me sick. Yeah, bro. Same for me, bro. I'd be doing the same thing. I'd be like, I can't look, bro. This is I'm gonna be sick in my own mouth, man. I can't see this, bro. I'd listen, I'd be like asking the women, are you okay with this? Are you okay with it? Are you okay with this? I can be a bit of an instigator at times. I'm not even gonna lie. I would be literally asking the women, especially the ones that I talk to and the ones that I say hello to. You know, obviously in the gym, you say hello. You see certain people you see in the gym regularly, you say hello to them. And I'll be like, you know what? I can ask you something. And they're like, what? I'm like, do you have any problem with the transformer in there? And what's it like in there? And maybe some of them might have been in there while he's in there, and some of them might say, oh, it's no problem, really. You know, he just does his thing, I do mine. But it could be like, he keeps watching me. He keeps on staring at me. It's a bit creepy. I'm like, you okay with it? Not really. Then, like, you know, you ask a few other girls, and like, why don't you complain about it? Why don't like a few of you go to the management and actually complain about it? And something could be done. Because none of you say anything, nothing ain't gonna happen. But if about 5, 6, 7, 8 of you all come together and say something, then the management have to do something. You know, it is what it is, man. She got Jake Paul. It might cause her to run away. Michael, read some Bible verses to her. It might cause her to run away. Who? Clarissa. Listen, there's plenty Bible verses you could have for Clarissa. Let Listen, let me think of one quickly. I think it's Proverbs was 7, man. I don't know if I'll be able to find one now. Okay. Any of you got any of you have got your Bibles out there? All right, I'll give you a quick verse. Anyone that's got their Bibles out there or Bible at hand, go to Proverbs chapter 9, verse 13. 9 and 13. It reads, "A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and she knoweth nothing." That's all I'm going to say there. A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and she knoweth nothing. I think that refers to Clarissa Shields. She can fight, but she doesn't have much. She's not the sharpest tool in the box, is she? She's not the sharpest tool in the box. ESPN were talking about two-weight undisputed champions, and when they never mentioned her, she started crying. But like, come on, she's talking. They're talking about men's boxing, not women's boxing. But she wants to be included with the men. She wants to be included with the men. When we talk about boxing and whatever, she wants to be included with the men. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here. Feminist nonsense started in 1970. Pure tribe. Yeah, man. 1970s. It did start in 1970s. For real, man. I'd forgotten about Kelly Malone. Kelly Malone, face like a bash in lunchbox. Kelly Malone. Oh, the old promoter, yeah. Kelly Malone, fucking hell, man. Yeah, some weird shit, man. That's weird, man. He's one of the most well-known boxing promoters, promoting Lennox Lewis, and then just turned after Lennox's career, the geezer turned to a woman, transformed to a woman. Like what the f? Started. Michael, the J women. Okay, the J women and people started it. Not soon after they did. The J women went back to the traditional ways. Yep. We know what you're talking about. Hey, boxing fan, you're gonna come over to this new channel, man. We can talk about this stuff, man. But yeah, man, it's true, because what they're trying to do is just trying to lead you down the garden path. That's what they're doing. They make a certain thing popular. Everybody follows it and starts to do it, and then they double back because they know it's wrong, but they lead everyone else into it, and then you know what I mean. Then they double back, and you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, they go back to the norm. I heard Kelly was a humiliation ritual. Yeah, possibly, for real. Yeah, for real. That could be a point there. Women boxers, urban myth. Stabby, what I do. I wonder if they will say diversity is our strength after this crap. It's flipping now. This is a mess. I cannot believe it. It is an absolute mess, man. How the hell are you going to allow men to fight with women? Toby Bartlett, Shatsy, thanks for showing up to the chat. I'll see you in the comments, man. Thanks for showing up to the chat. Boxing fan, that blonde was a woman. I thought you said it was a man. Stabby, well, I want a man's pay of 1 million and boxing to do 12 rounds. And with the surgeries people get nowadays, who knows what you could be in bed with? That's the thing, man. This is worrying. It's worrying, man. This is worrying. Do you know what? I'll tell you something, what? Years ago, I'm talking years ago, this must have been 2000, probably 2005, maybe 2004. One of my friends, a friend of mine used to borrow, we used to have CDs. We have CDs, and people, used to lend people CDs. You used to have, you used to get a lot of Chinese people selling CDs, like pirate CDs and that. They'd walk around with their trolleys and that, and they'll sell they'll sell CDs to you. A friend of mine used to borrow CDs off me, but he's one of those guys that would never bring the CD back. He's one of those guys. Never bring the CD back. You never bring it back. Oh, where's my film, man? Oh, I forgot it. And then by the time he gives it back to you, the film's old. So one day I must have bought a bunch of CDs, and you know sometimes they'll send you like, "You want jiggy jiggy?" You're like, "What?" And they start to show you like porn CDs. I looked at it and I started laughing. I think I couldn't. I had about 4 films. I couldn't make up another film. It's like £5 for like, I don't know, 5 for a tenner or something like that. So I said, yeah, just give me one of them. I grabbed one of them. I didn't even look at it. I just grabbed it. And then little did I know it was basically like a trans one. And my mate who never flipping give a CD, my mate who never used to give the CDs back, I gave it to him. Let him borrow. I said, yeah, man, here's a little flick. Go home and watch it. But when you see the pictures, when you see them before they get undressed, they look like fucking real women. But when they got undressed and you saw the flipping Corey, you're like, what the fuck is that? I couldn't believe it, mate. That was in 2005. We're in 2024 now. And that was in 2005. How advanced these transformers are, man. You can't tell, literally. I used to work in a club in West End, and they used to get a horde of them coming in, like 10, 20 of them sometimes. And you wouldn't be able to spot every single one of them. You'd spot about 3 or 4 of them, but a lot of them you would not spot. Like sometimes the barman will say, that's Transformer, bro. Really, that's a Transformer, bro. Like, fucking. And I used to see a lot of guys talking to him, and they were totally unaware. They'd have a few drinks and stuff like that. They'd be totally unaware they're talking to a man. Man, anyway, I've got some stories on that. But anyway, not now. I'm going to continue with your comments. Base Boxing Basement will make a video about the Olympics. Do you know what? My guy Triple B, since I lost my channel, I haven't been over to it. Have I once? I think I've been over to him once. I don't think he knows my channel's been taken down, you know. I've got to go over there and message him and let him know I'm over here now, new channel. But yeah, he will, man. I'll go over and listen to him, man. I'll leave him a good message in his comments. Yeah, Toby, shout to you, man. Thanks for showing up to the chat. Okay, you guys are talking to each other. Women can't fight the end. Some can. 1 or 2 can, Wizard. 1 or 2 of them can. Not all of them, not many of them, not the vast majority. But there are 1 or 2 of them that can. I mean, if you're not going to agree with me, then it's your opinion. But I generally understand what you mean about women's combat sports. But women's MMA is not bad, though. I'll tell you that women's MMA is not bad. All right to what? If you like MMA, but I know you don't like MMA. Okay, I'm going to have to read Stabby's point out, man. Boxing fan, they'll never get that type of pay. Yes, for real. That's a big reason why Clarissa crossed over to MMA. That league, PFL, at the time, gave her the biggest payday of her career. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That is true, man. That's one of the reasons why Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall want to do a rematch in MMA. They want to rematch each other in MMA. That's basically going to be a stand-up boxing match in 6-ounce gloves. None of them are going to try and take each other down. I doubt they will. It's going to stand there and box. But they're going to do it in MMA because the money's better. The Stockport, right? Okay, Stockport. Yeah, Stockport. The civil unrest in Stockport. Yeah, yeah. Man, I don't know what to say about that, man. I mean, nowadays people are desensitized to stuff like this, and I'm just saying, it's 3 children were killed, and about 9 of them were seriously injured. 3 killed, like. And people are very desensitized to this because when I'm telling people, like, oh, you what happened? They're like, yeah. And just get along their everyday work. But I'm like, what if it was one of your family members involved in that? You know what I mean? You got to look at these sort of things and think to yourself, like, give it a bit of attention and like, what the F is going on? Like, if it was you, you'd pay more attention to it. Like, what if it was someone close to you or it was you yourself? Like, you know what I mean? Bro, that shit's crazy, man. That's crazy, man. I mean, as I said, people are so desensitized to it these days that a 17-year-old kid can go in there, stab multiple children, kill 3 of them, and everyone's just like, oh, it's just another day. It's just another day in the UK. And actively, what's going to be done about it? They're going to have to take some measures on this, like children's play centers and gather any type of children's play centers or gatherings are going to have security now. They're going to have security. That's the way that I see it. They're going to have security. I don't know why that door wasn't locked, to tell you the truth. But then again, they're not going to expect stuff like that, you know. But I don't know, man. It's crazy, man. But the people are writing because I don't know. Obviously, I think people some they were saying that lies were spread online, but I don't know the story, so I can't really talk too much about it and really give my opinion on what it was. But people were writing. But listen, people are not happy in this country. There's a lot of stuff going on in this country at the moment that people are just not happy about. So even if people got the wrong end of the stick and started writing, and once they're writing, they're like, oh, we got the running end of the stick. They're like, you know what, fuck it anyway, because things are shit in this country anyway. You know, things are not really being dealt with equally. Like the people that live here are not being treated with respect. And you know, you might say that others are coming in and being given handouts, and they don't respect the country because they're not trying to put back into the country at all. That's like going to work and stuff like that and trying to work your way up, but just you know, sitting there being wanting sympathy, to be people to be sympathetic with you, and then just sitting there getting handouts, get council property. And listen, I don't want to go into it on this channel. It's a boxing channel, but I could go in for ages about this situation in the UK. But I'll be honest with you, right? The British government just doesn't care about its citizens. I mean, I'm not saying this because I'm like feeling sorry for myself in this situation in this country. It's the absolute truth. The British government don't care. They only bring in asylum seekers because they want more people to come into the UK, integrate and pay taxes. That's all it is. Come here and pay taxes. That's all it is. Work, you pay your 20%. If you start a business, you pay 40%. Right? The more citizens that live in the UK, the more tax the government earns on these people. That's all it is. So they don't care if the English people who are naturalized in this country and UK citizens, born citizens, maybe of foreign descent or whatever, who are born here and stuff like that, the government don't give a shit. That's what I'm gonna say. All right, I'm going right into politics now, but I'll come out of this now. Honest question: what kind of man likes watching women fighting? I just don't get it. Men versus women is 1,000 times worse. It is. It is. It's true. I mean, I'll be honest with you, JJ. I've never been the biggest fan of women's boxing. I really don't even watch women's boxing unless it's a big fight. Amanda Serrano, if Clarissa Shields is fighting, I'll watch it. Some of the big names, some of the women that can actually fight. I just don't like seeing two women standing there just punching each other in the face with no technique. Then that's, for me, it's not boxing. It's just two women punching each other in the face. MMA, there's a lot of technique to it. You get a lot of submission, wrestling on the ground, grappling, stuff like that. The fight doesn't always have to win through someone punching someone in the face. You get submissions and stuff like that. But yeah, men versus women, I don't understand who wants to watch that. I wouldn't want to watch that at all. As I said, I hardly watch women's boxing, let alone a man fighting a woman. Women's boxing is rubbish. Not for me. I don't like women fighting. Only over me. Yeah, I get you, man. I get you, man. I listen. I will not say anything. I mean, I'm the same. Don't really like to see women fighting, but it happens. So, and there are one or two of them that I would watch. But outside of that, I agree with you wholehearted 100%. On the whole, I don't really agree with the women's boxing either. Women's boxing, yeah, for real. Even MMA, something. Even though I find women's MMA better, but on a whole, yeah, I understand. Sometimes when you see some of these women get beat, you're like, ugh. You're like, you know what I mean? Yeah, it feels horrible. Yeah, it feels horrible to watch on a moral standpoint as well. Yeah, you're right. I agree with you, man. What a hypocrite Toxic Shields is. Yeah. When she's calling out Furman, etc. Not so long ago, she is pathetic. Anything for a screen time. Yes. Letitia McCulkey. Yeah, thank you for showing up to the chat. For real, exactly. I'm glad people got to call her out. People got to call Clarissa out for this now. Now this is going on. People need to call Clarissa out. Call out the Olympics as well and what's going on. Call Clarissa out. Clarissa, shut your mouth. For real, just shut your mouth. You need to come out and what Clarissa needs to do is come out and apologize. and say all the stuff I was saying about women fighting men. I need to take it back now. She needs to send a message out there and say, look, it's not right. And just maybe come out and say, look, I was saying it to promote myself. I didn't really mean it. Come out and say something like that, because it's ridiculous. Carissa will get flatlined. We've seen it. We've seen her in training get flatlined by a nobody, right? A nobody who Rolly Romero beat up, knocked out. And she's, yeah, anything for airtime, anything for a bit of publicity, Carissa, anything for publicity, right? She craves the attention, she craves the limelight. That's what she does. But yeah, man, she's such a hypocrite, man, and she's toxic as well toxic. I can't stand that Melt Coogan, utter clown. You won't be the only one, JJ. You won't be the only one. Coogan and BKM are suspect bums. Media. Okay, that PSSY BKM Boxing Media is banned. People still asking about his Fed connections. I don't watch his channel and I'm not subscribed, so I don't really see much. I don't really see much of his channel. My best mate is a trans rights activist. Not. I'm gonna have to take that. Your best mate is a trans rights activist, and then not. So he's not your friend anymore, or he's not an activist. So it'll be okay. Diversity is not our strength. Homogenetic, genutally is okay. Homogeneity is homogeneity. Trans men and female prisons have gotten women prison. Yeah, yes, that's it, Stav. That's it, Stavvy. That's it, Stav. Oh no, sorry, not Stavvy. Sorry, my mistake. My mistake. Stavvy's comments just above here. That's why I thought that. Sorry, James Jameson. That's it. That is it. I couldn't remember exactly what it is. Exactly. Trans men in female prisons have gotten women prisoners pregnant. That is it. For me, if you still got the Corey, you still got the PP, no way. Go through the operation, right? If you're going to allow it, because obviously nothing that we say really, really happens. We don't have a say. So if they're going to do it, we should say at least if you're going to do it, make sure they don't have a Corey. Because James is correct there. Women, transformers have got women pregnant in prisons. You know what I mean? And it's happened not just once or twice, it's happened quite a few times. So it needs to be addressed. Does this mean they're gonna have unisex bogs? Or can you use women's piss houses now? Toby, in London, there's clubs that have unisex toilets. And I'm talking like I've known this from way back. 2010. There's certain bars and clubs in London that have unisex toilets. Yep, unisex toilets. Nothing new, man. Been about 10 years now. In one of these lower budget MMA promotions, they were using instead of ring card girls, they were running boys. Oh man, the fans were booing. Good. Boys, what the fuck? What? Transformers, you gotta look at like Transformers, yeah, man. Transformers, man. You get a bitch rolling up in the place looking like Optimus Prime, man. Some of these bitches looking like Megatron. I'm glad that people were booing, because MMA and most combat sports, right, are dominated by male spectators. There are a few women that watch it and go there with their man and stuff like that, but the vast majority is men, and they don't want to see a boy walking around with a ring card. Like, what the fuck's that, man? What the fuck is that? Don't be surprised if unisex boys leads to some serious offences. Yeah, I said this 10 years ago when I first saw the first one. I was like, what? Unisex box? What? No way, man. The minute, serious offenses for real. There we go. Some pubs have unisex toilets. There we go. Yep. Well, well, then again, if you're a certain race, religion, or creed, you're not going to go to any of these places. But then again, these certain race, religions, and creeds, some of them, they don't believe in, drinking alcohol or going to these places. So they're not going to get caught up in stuff like that. But that's where you mainly find this sort of stuff. Caitlyn Jenner winning Woman of the Year was funny, though. What? I don't even knew that. I didn't even know that happened. I didn't even know that happened. What? What type of world are we living in? This is where you got to look. I'm telling you, people, man. Like, I don't know if anyone here is religious. When I mean religious, I'm not even religious, bro, because religious is made by religions of man, right? Religion of man. There's nothing in the book that says you have to be religious or really. Even says if you see anyone who's religious, shunt him. Like, shunt religion. Religion is a man-made thing, but you got to look at what's going on in the world today and the way things are. Michael Maloney, I think Michael Maloney said it earlier on. The Bible predicts all of this. It predicts all of this. Do you know what? I sat down 10 years ago and tried to prove the Bible wrong. When I mean tried to prove it wrong, I was looking for flaws in the Bible, looking for the flaws and trying to say this ain't real and trying to prove it wrong. And every time I tried to prove it wrong, I just couldn't. Something will come up and I'm like, I can't believe this. I can't believe this. And it took me like after 3 years, I was like, you know what? I've held my hands up. I'm just gonna have to believe there's some truth to this. There's got to be truth to it, because everything I was reading in there, the prophecies and stuff like that, are all come into play and have come to play. Not one prophecy has failed. Not one prophecy, not one thing that says is going to come to pass has not come to pass. You know what I mean? But anyway, as I said, this is boxing. Let's keep it boxing. We'll save that for another channel. The other channel. See with Junior and Kell Brook paved the way. Oh, we talking about, okay, I'm not sure. Yeah. I think C and G I think I know who you're talking about there. Can't believe it's the West that is accepting this crap. Most don't worry, everyone else will follow. Yep. That's it. People are easily manipulated in the West, boxing fan. The TV, television has been manipulating the minds of people for years. And now the television, right, has obviously it's run its course now. I see people don't even want to buy no TV license no more. We've got the internet. And the internet is doing a similar thing. But the internet is where a lot of people come on there and they have that freedom of speech, and you get lots of people, independent people, putting up their stuff. But now you can see that YouTube is being taken over by big corporations now. All the big corporations want a YouTube channel. Let's go back 10 years ago. None of these big corporations were on YouTube 10 years ago. And then when people like ourselves were fed up with the big mainstream media, and we're like, we want to hear what the actual people have to say. I want to hear what the citizens or the people of the UK or real boxing fans or real football fans or whatever have to say. I go to the internet to hear what the actual general thoughts are of people. But then what happened is those big corporations started to realize nobody wanted to watch them anymore. They started to make YouTube channels. And when they started to make YouTube channels, YouTube started to push the algorithm their way. And all the independent content creators like myself and all the other ones, we started to receive low views and stuff, like almost like with shadow ban, receiving low views, getting low views and stuff like that. And they're pushing all the masses to the mainstream so they can, again, try to manipulate and control the narrative. But, there are smart people who can see through this, and they've seen the agenda and realize, you know what, I'm not going to listen to what these guys are saying. I'd rather listen to the masses. Like when I used to watch football quite often, I used to watch football, big football fan, Arsenal fan. Eventually, I started to listen to Arsenal Fan TV. And I'm like, the reason why I started to listen to Arsenal Fan TV is because I want to know what real Arsenal fans think about what's going on. I don't want to listen to Gary Neville and the rest of those guys on Sky Sports talking about Arsenal. I'm like, you're ex-Man United player. I don't want to hear what you have to say. I want to hear what real Arsenal fans have to say. Do you understand what I mean? Not what an ex-footballer who used to play for Man United talking about my team, you know? And then TalkSport tried to outlaw and tried to, try to get Arsenal Fan TV banned off of YouTube and stuff like that, innit? They tried to do that. And then, the Arsenal fans come together and said, no, we want to hear what the real fans have to say. We don't always want to hear what the pundits have to say. Just like boxing in America, a lot of boxing fans in America, they don't like listening to Andre Ward and Timothy Bradley, right? They'd rather listen to the real boxing fans who pay for subscriptions in America, because Timothy Bradley and Andre Ward work for ESPN, and sometimes they have an agenda and they will twist the narrative, just like some of the footballers over here, like Gary Neville and them, like they will twist the narrative in favor of the corporations who they work for. But anyway, enough said. We'll move on. Women's boxing shouldn't even be on the same card as men. It's only making money because of men. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree. If they done, I think Sky did an all women's card, didn't they? I think Sky did an all women's card when Clarissa fought Savannah Marshall. I don't think it done that bad, But yeah, they should stick to all women's card and try to build it up and see if they can do the numbers, rather than trying to ride off the men's back and then trying to claim some of the accolades. Like Carissa would do that. Yeah, true. That's why the elite turns them into slaves for one night, and they think it's okay. Yeah. They're copying tennis. Okay, I think there's been trans in tennis as well. Yeah, I think the history of Transformers being in tennis goes back a long time. I think there was a Transformer. They didn't even find out she was a Transformer until later on, until she passed away, I think. Can't remember her name. His name. I'm not in London anymore. It's only gym local to me, unfortunately. Okay. What do you mean? You go to gym and you don't live in London, but you go to the gym in London? I'm not sure there. Okay. Yes, I have a problem with any Transformer in there, especially for the little girls. Yeah, for real. No, the kids. Do we not have to watch for kids? No, the kids. Do we not have to watch for the kids? I'll be honest with you, man. My children go to school and they try to teach them this LGBT stuff at school. But when my kids go to school, they come back home and I reverse. What did you learn at school today? And when they start telling me about it, they know anyway, because I've trained them already. I've told them already. They know what it is. So the minute they come home and they've been taught that, they tell me what they've been taught, and I just tell them my version. I say, this is what it is. So anything they try to do in the schools, I just reverse it when they come home. I'm not having that, really, truly. I didn't learn about that stuff at school. I don't see the reason why my kids need to learn about that stuff at school. I just tell them as it is, man. It's going to get to the point where people take matters into their own hands. Yeah, of course it will. Of course it will. Yeah, the police run away. The police have always been cowards, man. Nowadays, the police are cowards, man. The police are not as tough as they used to be, right? When I was growing up in the 1990s and the 1980s, the police were a lot tougher. A lot tougher. And they like literally, I don't know if you lot have seen the Manchester airport situation, right? But I'm going to tell you something. Everyone was complaining about the guy being kicked and stamped on his head. I'm going to tell you something. I've had it 10 times worse than that on more than 2 occasions. I've had it worse than that. For me, that was nothing. When I saw that, I'm like, bro, what are you crying for? That's nothing. I've had worse than that. I've had way worse than that. That guy got kicked in his head, stamped once and kicked once in his head, right? Let's just say I've had the same thing, but I was in handcuffs. Because when I first saw it, I thought he was in handcuffs. I thought, no, he's in handcuffs, taking the piss. I was in handcuffs. I got kicked several times in my face, stamped on my head several times. The damage that was done was irreparable. I literally had to have dental surgery, stuff like that, after it happened. It was way worse than that. Way worse than that. It wasn't recorded, obviously, back in then. So I think we had videos on our phone, I think. Can't remember. I'm going back now. Oh, shit. Going back 20 years now. I think we did. Going back 20 years, 19 years maybe. But I had it way worse than that. So when I watched it, I thought, oh shit, I thought it was bad anyway. I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was bad. But when I saw the whole footage, I was like, boy, what the fuck do you think you're doing attacking armed police in the airport? Are you crazy? You're lucky you didn't get shot. You lucky you didn't get shot. Had that been any other country in the world, you might have got shot. So don't try and cry and gain sympathy for being kicked in the head. You could have got shot. Right? What do you expect to do? Start a fight and then you're gonna walk off after that? No way. No way. You're there to pick up your mother as well. You're there with your mom. What are you going to do after you beat up the policeman? You're going to run away? Run away with your mother? Bro, come on, man. Anyway, look, I'll draw this to an end quickly, but let me get through some of your comments. That was about the F. What about the effing judging at the Olympics? The matches I've seen, the opposite person won, then what I thought. Crazy to me. I haven't watched any of the Olympics, Toby, at all. I haven't watched none of it. Nothing. I saw a bit of judo one a couple of nights ago. I watched a few minutes of it and I just switched it off, and that was it. That was it. I haven't watched any of it, man. That is Shields to the T. She is a toxic person. Toxic. Yep, she's very toxic. Dan, there is more to manhood than fighting. Yep, there is. Yeah, there is. There is more. Wisdom and knowledge, my friend. Wisdom and knowledge. Wisdom and knowledge. There's more to just manhood than fighting. Just wisdom and knowledge, man. It's one of the things that I put out there. Women's football is utterly trash. Women's football is trash. Right? Forget. I see women's football on telly, I switch straight off. Trash. Trash. I'll watch women's volleyball, but I ain't watching women's football. I watch women's volleyball, but I ain't watching women's football. No way. No way. Trash. Personality-wise, Shields is a female Wilder. Yep. Female Wilder. I've never seen a female goalkeeper make a save. You got a great point there. You got a great point there. But yeah, man, the female Wilder. I've heard this a few times, man. 20 years ago, if a bloke wore a dress in a pub, he'd get beat up. Yeah, 100%. He'd get beat up. But guess what I saw? Listen, I saw a guy with a wig on, full makeup on, mascara, lipstick, eyeshadowed a lot. He had a full beard. He was in a dress and he was with about 5 or 6 lads, and they were in the airport. All the men were just normal guys, and one of them was just dressed like a woman. I was like, what the fuck's going on here, man? I'm like, imagine the banter that's going on between these guys, right? Flipping, what's going on with that 5 lads? And one of them looks like a trans. Like, I don't know if he's a cross. I don't know what to call him. Was he trans? Was he a cross dresser? I just don't know what he was. Guy on the right looks like a Corey Haim. Looks like Corey Haim from the Lost Boys movie. The guy on the right, that's Ebony Bridges, man. You know about JJ, that's Ebony Bridges, man. These Transformers must see Fatima Whitbread years ago and thought they allowed Transformers. So far as I know, Fatima Whitbread's a woman, unless someone wants to enlighten me. The famous South African runner, Caster, Semenya, was also a man. Oh, yeah. Was she a man? There was some controversy going on. They're saying that her testosterone levels were too high. I remember that, man. And they were wondering whether she was a man or a woman. Yeah, I remember that, man. Brittany Grinder from women's basketball just became a father. For fuck's sake, what? What an upside down weirdo world. What? She just became a father? What? What's going on, man? Remember that song by the Kinks, Lola? Don't know if I remember that. You know, that was written. That was written. All right, I'm getting. I don't remember that. I don't remember it. I know I'll have to go and have a listen. Yeah, remember Lola was written about when he met a transformer. What? In a London club in the 60s. What? So it's been around for years. Yes, this has been around for years, Toby. Because listen, I remember being a kid, a child under 10 years old. And my mum's friend, a very close family friend of mine, mum's friend, was talking about seeing a transformer, 2 transformers on a train, underground train. And she was shocked. She couldn't believe what she was seeing. This was in the 1980s. This must have been the mid-80s. She was shocked. So it has been around for a while, man. It has been around. I mean, I remember being in the 1990s. There was a guy that used to dress up as a woman, wear lipstick, wear a wig. He was a tall guy, he's about 6'4". He used to wear a trench coat, and underneath the trench coat was a dress. He'd wear a dress, lipstick, eyeshadow, wig, and stuff like that. And you know, as a kid, I was probably in my teens, early, mid, like 16, 17. And literally, when me and a few of my mates would see me like, what the fuck is that? We're like, oh, hey, what the fuck? We'd call out and say something. He'd look at us and he'd run away. He'd literally run away. But it's crazy, man. It was crazy. All this happening because Christian morals got destroyed. Yeah, we should do a live talking about this. Boxing fan, I want to do a live talking about this, but I'm going to do it on another channel. So I'm going to plug the other channel on my, I'm going to plug the new channel, right, in my next live stream. So I'm going to try and go live again this week. I'll get the channel all up and running. Like I'm doing a bit of maintenance on it. Once it's all up and ready, you come over to the new channel. I'll get a new logo for it, label it and stuff like that. And yeah, we can talk about it, man. Transvestites have been around for years, but none of them thought they were actually women until recent times. Do you know what, JJ? I believe transvestites have been around. Sorry. I believe transvestites have been around for millennia. I believe if you look into the ancient world, you'll see. I mean, you can find out stuff about this because if you watch some old films, there's old films and stuff like that where you see transformers in old films, and obviously historical films as well. A lot of historical films you can see as well. Films that are based on history. Anyone that's seen Vikings, this series Vikings, yeah, would have seen it as well. All right, there was a transformer there was a transformer in Vikings. Yeah, I think it's been going on for millennia. I'm talking like a couple of thousands of years. I think you know what the anyway. Look, you know what the Bible says in it. There's nothing new under the sun. The Bible says there's nothing new under the sun. So therefore, we know that homosexuality has been going on for since near enough since the beginning of time. Near enough. All right. For those of you that have heard of Sodom and Gomorrah, you will know that's where the word sodomy comes from. From the word sodomy, you know what the word sodomy means? It means anal entry, right? Anal penetration, entry. It comes from the word the word Sodom and Gomorrah, the cities that were destroyed by the Most High in it. So, you know, the English language took up the word sodomy from the Bible. So there's got to be some truth in it, man. This has been going on for years. And it even says, I believe it even says that some of the people of Sodom and Gomorrah were partaking in some stuff like that, gender change and stuff like that. They were doing all types of stuff. Homosexuality, gender changing, bestiality. Bestiality is a real thing as well. But listen, again, this is a boxing channel, man. I'm delving far into this, man. As I said, I want to talk about this on another channel. We could chop up all this stuff on another channel. I'll bring up stuff as well, like, you know, I'll put up a couple of the screen share to prove what I'm saying. What I'm saying, you'll see it on the screen. I'll put it up on the screen. You know, we talk about the animal brothels that are in Europe, right? Believe me, there are 2 or 3 countries where it is legal to go to a brothel and have sex with an animal. This is real stuff, right? It's been I think it's been made legal since 2016 in Norway. Norway is one of the countries, and I think there's a couple of others. Germany might be one of them as well. Anyway, I'm going to continue because I have to jump off quickly. Amongst the flowers in Stockport, I saw a soft toy dog with a rainbow flag across its back and thought, no, this is not the right time for that. But maybe I'm just old-fashioned. Again, a rainbow, a soft toy dog with a rainbow flag, man. Yeah, man, that's terrible, awful. It's terrible, man. It's terrible, man. The times we're living in. Dodger boxing, not for me. Oh man, yeah. Did you just say Clarissa just come out? Probably will. I didn't say she come out. No, she come out. No, I didn't say that. Walk on the Wild Side by Lou Reed, another tranny song. What? Walk on the Wild Side by Lou Reed, another tranny song. You see? A lot of it's always been there. You got to look. You just got to look. See, you listen to the lyrics of some of these songs and you work it out. See? So what did Toby say? My brother, yeah, that's what I thought to me. There's a time and place for that sort of thing. Maybe I'm out of touch with things. Yeah. They cost the NHS billions. Often bill is doubled when they want to change back. Oh my God. They want to change back. Costing the NHS billions. Often bill is double. The bill's double because they want to change back. What the fuck? First off, if you change and you want to change back, you got to pay for it. If you want to change back, you now got to pay for it. That's what I will say. Literally, I'd say you have to pay for it in the first place. What? That's crazy world we're living in, man. I didn't expect to go on for this long, but a lot of you guys have a lot to say. In 2020, there was a man who looked like me, but with a wig. He recorded himself in a public female restroom, discussing periods with underage girls. What? Somehow he got lawsuit for the rights being violated. Got a lawsuit, cash sign, dollar sign, for his rights being violated. Oh, he got paid. Well, he got paid money for it. What the fuck is this? What's going on in this world, man? Eddie has a real rant on Boxing King Media channel this morning. Eddie was straight talking 100%. I'll go and have a listen to that. They do cross-dressing storybook reading time in certain states here in America. They go into elementary schools and read books to kids. It's sick. No, I'm sorry. That's when I'll be pulling my kid out of the school, out of the class. I said, I've been telling the teacher, I do not want my kids to be learning that. And what they'll say is it's compulsory, right? They come home, they're going to unlearn that. That's what will happen. They'll come home and unlearn it. Come home from school, right? Get changed, have something to eat, wash, get changed, have something to eat. After you finish eating, we're going to have another half-an-hour lesson to unlearn everything you learn. That's what I say. If they make it compulsory, that's what will happen. Proper sick, man. California is really weird state here. Yeah, it is. I know. Savvy, I know a lot about California, man. A couple of years ago, they said they wanted to ban the Bible. They were going to ban the Bible in California a couple of years back. That's when I realized strange shit's going on over there in California. I remember it was like 2016. They were saying 2016, 2017. They said they're looking to ban the Bible, and then they said they wanted to make a rainbow Bible, their own version. I was like, what? A rainbow Bible? I was like, wow, you're taking a piss now. Yeah, the drag queens never read the books at old people's homes. Yeah, drag queens, that's what they are called. They have so many different names, yeah. Ryan Garcia will be a transformer within 5 years. Whoa, Daniel Woods, shout to you. Thanks for showing up to the chat. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not going to bet against that. See with his Chris, with his lips. I think I know what you're trying to say here, but Wizard. It's always a riddle with you, Wizard Sleeves, isn't it? It's always a riddle. Sky All Women cards, they have to give away tickets. All right, they're giving away the tickets. Fun fact, Gary Neville's father called Neville. I can't stand Gary or his squeaky voice. Yeah, I've never been the greatest fan of Gary Neville, to tell you the truth. Called Neville. Gary Neville's father called Neville. True parents got to monitor what's being taught to their children. Yes, Michael Maloney, I do. I monitor what my children are being taught in school. Proper, you have to monitor what they're being taught in school. Pay attention to what they're being taught. And then if you feel they've been taught something that's not correct, you unteach it quickly before it sets in. Right, I've got a washing machine going on in here in the background. Apologies. '90s police were massive. Were all massive, yeah. Ex-forces, now they're built like 12-year-olds. Yeah, definitely. I got battered in the cell in the 90s. Yeah, yeah, same here, JJ. I've been in cells and in the back of a police van, in a cell, back of a police van, and in a front garden, someone's front garden. Someone's front garden. Yeah, I got rushed by feds in Kentish Town, Nick, over nothing. There you go, see? 1998. You know what? Michael Maloney, JJ, you guys obviously from the same era as me. JJ, Michael Maloney, and obviously similar thing that has happened to you has happened to me. If that was to, I'm not saying it's right and it's correct, but it just made me understand if you get nicked, you can take a beating. Some of these youths are not taking a beating. Some of these youngsters nowadays that are getting nicked, they don't happen to them. Because you know why? Because there's cameras in police cells these days. Cameras are in the cells, in the corridors, so this doesn't happen. If this were to happen, a lot of things will be different right now. That's all I'm going to say to you, right? You might not have to like the police, but you would respect them because you know if you get nicked, they're going to fuck you up in those cells, right? So you got to respect them for that reason. If I get nicked, they're going to if I mouth off to the police, I'm going to get fucked up in the cell. That's what used to happen. It don't happen as much these days no more. And that's why a lot of these people don't respect the police in this way, you know? Got a good screenshot of Drew checking your Instagram. What? Whoa! Daniel Woods. Daniel, please send it to me, man. Send that to me, please. You know my Instagram. Message it to me on Instagram, right? My Instagram's up there, at Outlaw Pugilist. Go over there and just send me a private message, man. Send me the screenshot, please. I'd appreciate that. Thank you. I've got a good screenshot of Drew checking your Instagram. Why is Drew checking my Instagram? I haven't mentioned his name for so long. I haven't been live. I haven't made no videos on him or the LDBC for a long time now. If anything, you know, you would have thought I haven't said nothing about you for so long. Just leave it as it is, innit? But no, because I haven't made no content of it on him, he wants to listen. Why is he even looking at my Instagram for? What is he even there for? Why are you there, Drew? Bro, what live, listen, Daniel, what live stream was this? Because I know he does live streams often. Let me know what live stream this was. And obviously send me this screenshot as well. I'll have a look at it. We're going to cook Drew again, man. We have to cook him again. Because all of his guys used to come over to me and say, oh, you're always starting on Drew. You're always starting on Drew. You can't keep Drew's name out of your mouth. You're always talking about Drew. You're just trying to get views off of Drew Titan. I'm like, what are you talking about? Every time I talk about Drew, my numbers go down. I don't like talking about Drew. My numbers go down. Oh, Drew helped build your channel, this, that. I'm like, you idiot. Now there's proof here. I haven't spoken about Drew for ages, and now he's there looking at my Instagram for what? And if you got a screenshot of him looking at my Instagram, he must have been doing it on his live, innit? So think about how many times he does it. He must be looking at my Instagram off of his live stream for him to bring it, for him to be talking about me on his live stream about my Instagram. That means he's been looking at my Instagram when he was not online. So he stays looking at my Instagram. Listen, Drew, send me a message if you're brave enough, man. Come, we do this, man. Come over to the channel if you're brave enough. If any of your minions are listening to this, call Drew over here. I want the smoke. Got some questions for him. Bruce Gas Boxing, Jazz and more chat to you. Thanks for showing up to the chat. Thank you very much. Later Outlaw, enjoy the boxing on the weekend, lads. Peace out. Thank you, Michael Maloney, for showing up to the chat. I appreciate it, my guy. I appreciate it. Okay. Where's Pigeon from the rebuttal? Huh? Yeah. Lola by the Kings, original tranny song. See? Yeah, man. What is this? Where's Pigeon for the rebuttal? Pigeon? I'm lost here, man. I'm lost here. But yeah, man, please send me this, man. Send me this, Daniel, man. I'll be, I've got to cook this guy. We cook this guy, man. Okay, listen, 5 people listening in the chat left over. If you ain't smash the like button, please smash that like button for us, please. So it's on your YouTube thing. Oh man, I must hang on 2 seconds. Yeah, Bruce, sorry about that. Bruce, my YouTube thing, I must be lost, man. Shit. I'm lost, man. I'm lost. What is it again? Pigeon. Oh yeah. Oh, is it Pigeon? One. Is he? Was he one of? Was he someone who used to come over to the chat? Fucking hell, I'm lost, man. Pigeon. That rings a bell, man. We saying JJ. Pigeon is a famous tranny from Birmingham. What? Changing the subject. How do you think Zach Chile against and Callum Sampson are feeling about Ben Shalom not doing a presser this week because he's in LA to promote Martin Bacoli? I'd be well pissed. Oh well, yeah, I'd be upset about that too. I'd be well upset about that too. Well, yeah, I'd be pissed as well. Well, they'd be pissed off too, man. Obviously, they're gonna have a few words or a few choice words to say about it. What do you think? You think it's the right thing for Ben Shalom to do, Toby? I mean, Bacoli is a man. How can I say more well known? Probably on the verge of a title shot. If he beats Anderson, maybe gets a couple of more wins, he might be looking at a title shot soon. And Ben Shalom, he's not got much. He's not got much. His stable's pretty thin, in it, at the moment, and he ain't got many champions. So he's gonna need to try and keep Bacoli happy, I'd say. But yeah, I'd be pissed anyway, man. I'd be pissed. But Bacoli's a bigger name, in it, probably. That's the reason why. But yeah, what are you saying again then? Pigeon is a JJ knows. Troll from YouTube boxing channels. Yeah, I think I've seen him. He's a famous troll. Yeah, I think I've seen him. Pigeon boxing. Has he been over here before? Listen, I must have forgot, man. You guys might have to remind me. I might have forgotten, I think that rings a bell. That definitely rings a bell. Pigeon something. Pigeon boxing. When you don't remind me, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, shit, I forgot. In Silence of the Lambs came out of Buffalo Bill will be the victim. Came out now. Buffalo Bill. If Silence of the Lambs came came out now, Buffalo Bill will be a victim. Buffalo Bill. Is that Buffalo Bill? Or is that Buffalo Bill meant to be? Is that meant to be Buffalo Bill? We're talking about Bill Haney. Pigeon hates me. He did a live just about me. He's obviously no idea who I am. Pigeon boxing, you know what? That does ring a bell. Has he been over to me before? Has he been over here before? No, he's been making a lot of fuss about doing a fight in Barnsley. Then fucks off to LA. what a tosser. No. Buffalo Bill was a villain of the film. Oh, the villain of the film. Okay, Silence of the Lambs. Do you know what? I have to rewatch Silence of the Lambs, rewatch it again because I can't remember the film. When it came out as a big thing in it, I didn't really watch it. I've only watched bits of it, like when it's been on TV, watched a little bit of it here, a little bit of it there. I've never sat down and watched the full film properly, but maybe I should. You're now making me think I should because when it came out, I was obviously a lot younger than I am now, and I couldn't appreciate it. So I'm going to watch it again. But you guys, this pigeon boxing, man. Bruce, you brought this pigeon boxing thing over here. Now everyone's busting up. The rebuttal, did I have a back and forth with him or something? I can't remember, man. The villain was trans. Oh, okay, the villain was trans. So he'd be a victim now. Anyway, listen, 6 people listening. Smash the like button. You haven't smashed that like button already for us, please. And also, you haven't subscribed to the channel. It's a new channel. Subscribe to the channel. I'm going to jump out of there. But I'm going to go live again at some point this week because we're going to talk about some other issues. Oh, Bruce, you got a new channel, haven't you? You got a new channel, man. Plug your new channel if you want, man. Obviously, let you know. Bruce has got a new channel. I forgot what it's called. What it's called again? Yeah, if you're still listening, Bruce, plug your new channel, man. Before I go, the Tooth Fairy was a cross-dress serial killer in Silence of the Lambs. Right, I have to watch it again, man. I have to watch it again, man. I know it had obviously. I know Silence of the Lambs got something to do with cannibalism in it. Obviously, eating humans and eating human flesh, but I can't remember the whole story. I got to watch it again. There's Silence of the Lambs. Is there 1 and 2? I know there's a 1 and 2. There's an old one, original one, and I think there's a recent one in it. I think there's a recent one. Thank you very much, JJ. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Just before I go, I did a video about Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois, and I think I've triggered a lot of Anthony Joshua fans, man. I believe I've triggered the Anthony Joshua fan base. I just wanted to say this to the Anthony Joshua fan base. It's nothing personal, right? Guys, look, it's nothing personal. I don't hate Anthony Joshua or anything like that. It's just the way that I see it. If anything, I've been an advocate of Anthony Joshua. When the LDBC have been trying to drag Anthony Joshua's name through the dirt, I've come to his rescue. I've defended Anthony Joshua multiple times against the LDBC and the Deontay Wilder fan base. So, it's not that. I'm going to just read out a little short list of some of the fights that I've got correct in the last year, let's just say last 12 months, the last 12 months. Spence Crawford, I got correct. I've been saying for 5 years that Crawford will beat Spence. Got that correct. I picked Chris Eubank Jr. to win the rematch against Liam Smith, and I said it would be easy as well, and he did it. I had Ajak Cabello beating Frank Sanchez, and indeed he did do that. I had Teofimo Lopez beating Josh Taylor when everyone said, most people say no way, ain't gonna happen. I had Teo beating Taylor, Garcia beating Haney. I had Garcia beating Haney, and a lot of people weren't believing me before the fight happened. And last but not least, I had Derek Chisora beating Joe Joyce. How did that one turn out? So, you know, I've got quite a few predictions right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 predictions in 12 months I've got correct in big time boxing. I've got one wrong, Francis Ngannou versus AJ, all right? I might have got a couple, maybe 1 or 2 others wrong, maybe 1 or 2 that I might not be able to remember. But I just say it as I see it. And there are a few things about Daniel Dubois that I think a lot of people are not seeing, right? And as it gets closer to the fight, I'm going to start talking about it a bit more. I'll mention it. I'm not going to say it now, what it is. There's one particular thing that Daniel Dubois has and does that Anthony Joshua doesn't really have, and he can't do because he don't have it. And if Daniel Dubois uses this in the fight with AJ, I think he's going to win. And it's something that he's done to his last 3 opponents. Some of you guys can work that out. Maybe you can get back to me on that one. But it's something that he does. All right? It's something that he does. It's something about his fighting style that I think other fighters can't live with. And it might have something to do with him being 26 years old. But anyway, I'll talk about it later anyway. But enough said, everyone, thank you for showing up. I really appreciate everyone's input and everyone coming over here. You know, listen, this whole thing with Transformers in boxing, it needs to stop. I hope the content creators out here on the YTBC can come out and call this out, make videos, do some live streams. And I hope that the listeners of the content can share it. Share it. That's the most important thing. Share it and post it to let people know this is how we feel about it, right? You might not like women's boxing, but a lot of you guys who don't like women's boxing, one of the main reasons why you don't like women's boxing is because you don't like to see a woman get punched in the face. Well, how about a man punching a woman in the face? You definitely got to call it out, man. We have to call it out. But anyway, look. What are you guys saying? Someone subscribe, please. Outlaw is on 99. I get him up to 200. Toby, I was on 200 and someone unsubscribed. Someone unsubscribed. So I was on 200, but then someone unsubscribed. So yeah, hopefully I will get there. I'll get back there again. I think within a week it'll be back to 200 easily. So don't worry about that. Thank you very much, Toby, for that. I appreciate that. Headbutts? Where's my headbutts? Headbutts? Low blows? I'm sure you're all about. Daniel, yes, Daniel. It's mad that Eddie promotes his girlfriend fighting. I couldn't do that. For real. I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. If you look in MMA, there's lots of look at Rose Namajunas and Pat Berry. All right. We also look at Michelle Waterson and her husband. Yeah, there's a lot of partners, husband and wife, or partner, boyfriend and girlfriend that partake in this sort of stuff, But Daniel, send me that screenshot, man. Send me that screenshot. Oh, thank you very much. Cannabis Education and Entertainment TV. Thank you very much for that. You got 200. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, man. Listen, if you're interested in cannabis and being educated in cannabis, go over and subscribe to Cannabis Education and Entertainment TV. Thank you very much for that 200 subscription. I appreciate that very much. Thank you very much. So if you haven't smashed the like button, please do so. I'm about to jump out of here. Again, remember, please, this is the reason why I did the live stream today. Please call out the content creators who are not calling this out. This has to stop. Or we need to call out these Paris Olympics. They've allowed Transformers to fight real women. Where are the women's activists, the women's rights groups? Where are they? Come out. You need to talk about this. Call them out. This needs to be spoken about. It needs to be said. I know Terence Crawford's fighting Israel Madrimov on the weekend, but listen, what day is it today? It's Wednesday today, right? The fight don't happen till Saturday. We got enough time to talk about that fight. Call this out. Transformers should not be fighting real women in this day and age. No, it shouldn't be happening. Anyway, enough said. Do us a favor, smash the like button, share the video if you like the video. Yeah, and also I'll be back soon. Thank you.